Hi, I'm Shell Zenner. You're watching Behind Closed Doors with Big Indie Records, and this is Eliza Shaddad.
Recording. Hi, I'm Eliza Shaddad. I'm going to play you 3 songs from my new EP, Sept-Dec. And this is the first one, One Last Embrace. You are a thrill that I get. Yeah, you run right down my neck. You are sweet in my head, and because it's making me temporarily happy, I ignore what's ahead, but yeah, I can feel it coming closer, like some tidal wave that wants to pull us under. Can you hear it growing stronger? Yeah, that roar of liquid thunder, how it beckons us for what we crave. One last embrace, one last embrace. You are the message I send as my brittle courage bends. Shall we hang out again? And because it's making me temporarily happy, I ignore what's said, but yeah, I can feel it coming closer, like some tidal wave that wants to pull us under. Can you hear it growing stronger? We crave. One last embrace, one last embrace, one last embrace, one last embrace, yeah, one last embrace. Oh, 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 one last embrace, oh, oh. Oh, one last embrace. Ooh, yeah. One minute in your skin, and I'm right back to where it began. One minute in your skin, and I'm right back to where it began. One minute in your skin, and I'm right back to where it began. Thrill that I get. One last embrace. You are a thrill that I get. I just want one last embrace. You are a thrill that I get. One last embrace. You are a thrill that I get. Next up, Same As You. I guess I knew right from the start, nothing you could say or do is ever gonna penetrate my heart. Yes, what I like was, wouldn't you? Yes, what I don't care, the way those those other girls might do. Is what I like pain as much as I like being happy. That doesn't mean I'm not trying to hide mine too, same as you. I guess I see how much it hurts somebody like you to love somebody like me. Always trying to get close, but you better leaving me be, 'cause you know I need it. Why don't you? Guess what, I don't breathe the way those other girls might do. So what, I like faults as much as I like perfection. That doesn't mean I'm not trying to hide mine too, same as you, same as you. Same as you, yeah, same as you. Same as you, yeah, same as you. Same as you, yeah, same as you.
I'm Shell Zenner and working in partnership with Big Indie Records. We're bringing you a series of sessions and interviews called Behind Closed Doors. Today, I'm delighted to have Eliza Shaddad speaking to me. Hi, Eliza. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thanks, Shell. How are you?
I'm good. A very artistic room that you sat in there with your records on the wall behind you, guitars, keys. Is this the home studio setup, is it?
It is, yeah.
Is it inspiring?
Yeah. I've never really had that before, so being able to like just reach out and grab something, be like, okay, yeah, I feel inspired. That's really helpful.
I mean, you've already released an album a couple of years ago and you had a gorgeous EP, and the EP that was out at the back end of last year, that's what you're playing these tracks from, right? What can you tell us about your latest EP?
It was released in January and it's just 3 songs, and they're all about sort of love and loss, I guess, but from different perspectives and to do with friends, really. They were written around the same time as the album, but they were quite outward focused, so I kept them back and they fitted together really nicely, and it's really fun to play them actually just stripped down.
It was a stunning session. 2 different guitars in the mix though as well. Are you a bit of a fan of your different instruments, should I say?
I am. I have both those guitars are Gordon Smith actually, and one of them was a present from them. They have a factory here in the UK, and they're all handmade, and I went to visit them and I chose, every bit of wood basically that makes up the guitar, and then they brought it to me about 10 minutes before I walked on stage at our Big Indie gig back in November, and it got its first outing at that show actually.
Wow.
But yeah, I love them.
Amazing. So what can you tell us about One Last Embrace and Same As You that you just played?
One Last Embrace is very much about missing the physicality of someone, I guess, and when you are just like tempted basically, and maybe you're arguing with yourself in your brain, and that's what that's about. And Same As You, yeah, right, especially in 2020. And then Same As You is kind of about, it was written in a kind of grieving space, I guess, but it's just about trying to connect with people and getting into things and not feeling like you can let down your walls, I guess.
You've had quite a lot of traveling in your upbringing. Your parents, wow. I was reading about your parents and that is, a wide-ranging background. Do you feel like that's influenced your music in such a way to make it so kind of worldly wise?
I hope so. I think traveling a lot and speaking different languages and like really getting to know different people all over the world. And I studied philosophy and I studied jazz as well, and I feel like all of that comes into it. Definitely not as much as it could, but it's I think it's part of the scope of everything.
Yeah, and I suppose when you're touring, like you've been touring with Keen across Europe and some of the collaborations you've been doing as well, kind of makes sense when I read about your philosophy and your, jazz background as well. Tell us about some of those collaborations.
I've done a real mixture, I would say, across my career so far. I've worked with pop giants Clean Bandit on their first album. I've worked with this amazing producer who's signed to the same label as me before, called Beatnik, and his name's Turtle. And we did I really loved working on that. It's like a trip hop piece for his last album. And then there's a poet called Anthony Anaxaguru. I've done a couple of collaborations with him, and I'm in this jazz group called Hansutori, and we've played at like the Birmingham Symphony Hall, and yeah, a real mix. Keeps me learning.
So are we going to hear any more of this on your next record, which I'm hoping you're writing at the moment?
Yeah, I feel like I could tinker with it forever, but I'm more in the demoing, getting ready for the production stage. We've had to make some adjustments this year as to how it's going to be done with like logistics and things, but excited to actually get it like set down and then be able to start thinking about it as a whole. That's my favourite bit, I think.
You're going to play one more track for us off your new EP as well. Tell us about Girls.
Girls was written for a really close friend of mine who was just trying to keep their head above water, basically. And yes, again, trying to connect with someone, feeling like you're losing them and wanting to remind them that you're close.
And if we want to find out more information about you, how can we?
Well, I've got all the social media. That's probably the best place. Instagram, maybe. It's just at Eliza Shaddad everywhere. And I've got a website where you can sign up to the mailing list and stuff.
Get on it. So check out more of Big Indie's Behind Closed Doors series on their YouTube channel over the next few weeks. This is the final track from Eliza Shaddad. Thanks, Eliza. It's called Girl.
1, 2, 3.
My best friend since we were girls, far removed from young men in our own weird world, and yeah, we've had shit times. Ooh, we've even come to fist fights. That's how I know you're lying when you say it's alright. Smokes and blue notes and our crazy families, and I'm back at school in your old room. Tracy Chapman on repeat. I know we've had shit times. Ooh, we've even come to fist fights. That's how I know you're lying when we say it's alright. Oh no, don't tell me you are safe now. I know you too well not to work it out. I think you are faking out. For you are I know you too well not to work it out. I think you are faking now. Far you are from breaking down.
Okay, I've been Eliza Shaddad. That's my new CP Sept-Dec, and thanks for having me.